the heart of my home. I hope that you're all doing well under these very trying circumstances. Women, I want to talk about women today. Women gaining the right to vote.
Why is that such a passion of yours?
Because if it weren't for those women that came before me, I would not be enjoying the life that I am right now.
How old is this country?
How old?
Yes.
244 years.
And how many years have women been able to vote?
100.
Just 100?
100 of those years, yeah. Abigail Adams, as a matter of fact, in 1776 wrote to John, urging him and his fellow patriots not to forget about the ladies. Well, it took another 144 years before women got those rights, any kind of rights. They weren't allowed to get educated. They weren't allowed to hold jobs. They could not own property and had very little to do with raising their own children. So it was pretty tough. And Rodney and Catherine and I wanted to recognize another 100 years since the passing, the ratification of that law that gave women the rights that we now enjoy. The shop had this wonderful little cookbook, and it's called the Women's Suffrage Cookbook. And it is copyrighted 1896. And in here is all kinds of recipes and the names of everyone who contributed to the book, and all the proceeds from the sale of this book went to further the women's suffrage movement. And we're going to make gingerbread. And I'll get started now. In a bowl, here I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. And into this bowl, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar.
And Kathy, do you measure that out or you just know it?
I measured it out, I did. This is 2 teaspoons of cream or tartar. And cream or tartar gives you a very fluffy, light texture in your baked goods. Okay. 1 teaspoon of ginger. And over here, I have 1 cup of molasses. And into that molasses goes 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And that's the leavening agent that makes your baked products rise the way they should. Okay? So you mix that in there.
How many instructions did the cookbook give you about this?
None. No instructions. You know what? I forgot to take this stuff out.
That's okay.
It's all right. Why doesn't it list instructions?
Well, first of all, you got to configure when you figured that this cookbook was written in 1896. Ovens, fireplaces, didn't have temperature gauges, right? Mm-hmm. So not only does this not tell me what temperature I'm going to be baking on, it also is not going to tell me how long to cook it, and what kind of vessel to cook it, and what size vessel I need to cook this. So we're going to go on. Now, I've stirred in the baking soda. And so I have all my dry ingredients over here, and I'm going to give this a stir. Get everything incorporated. Love the smell of ginger.
Do you have a favorite spice or spices?
To me, it would be cinnamon. All right, now I'm going to start adding all these wet ingredients because I think that's what I would do in any contemporary recipe right now. So I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. I'm going to add 2 eggs, slightly beaten. This is 2/3 of a cup of butter. Now I've let it soften to room temperature.
Do you use any particular kind of butter or just normal?
No, just butter.
Butter.
Right, as opposed to no margarine.
No margarine.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is just butter. 1 cup of molasses. And of course, that's where all of your flavor is going to come from in this recipe.
Where'd you find that Pyrex measuring cup?
Oh, it's been around for a while.
I've not seen one that large.
Yeah. Okay, there's our molasses. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. All right, now we're going to mix this all together.
I wanted to tell you an entertaining thing about Pyrex.
What's
It
that?
was actually invented in 1915.
Was it really?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
So it's been around not as long as this recipe, but it's close. It's close contender.
Right, right. Thoroughly, obviously you want to stir this until it is combined and you don't see any more flour, which I believe I've done fairly well here. Now, the recipe gave me no indication of what size container I was going to put this in. So I've come up with an idea based on the amount that's in my bowl here, and I've come up with this. I did go ahead and spray it because I'm not really sure if this is going to stick. And I didn't want to take any chances. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to simply empty this in here.
That always happens to me whenever I'm baking something. You think you start and stir it all up, and then there's always...
Yeah, it's okay though. It'll be all right. I guarantee it'll be fine. All right.
I can smell everything over here.
This out of here. All right, we're gonna spread this out. And then it's gonna go in the oven. And then put this in the oven. And then I have one
do that again, Kathy.
already made.
Stick it in the oven again.
Oh, put it in the oven again?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to put this in the oven. And I've already got one prepared. I'm going to bake that for 1 hour at 350. And this is one that I prepared last night that we're going to enjoy right now. Let's cut into it. I've got some plates here. And I've also prepared some whipped cream to go on top. So let's give that a stir. All right. Well, let's cut into it, guys.
Can't wait.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go into here. Hey, what I was very surprised at the size of this. I was really thinking that it was going to be smaller in size. And I commented that maybe it was, and my container was too small. Or it's supposed to be like this. Because it reminds me of cake. So why don't we try, put a little whipped cream on this, and let's give it a try. Who wants to be first?
I think Cook gets to go first.
Ah, okay. Surely does smell delicious.
Looks delicious.
It's beautiful.
Right.
Randy came just in time. I mean, Gwen, I'm sorry.
It's very moist. Taste the cinnamon, the ginger, and the whipped cream just adds a nice coolness to it. Well, I'm glad that you joined me today. And I can't help but think, I wonder if the women who wrote this little book here could see us right now, what they would be thinking. Hope to see you all soon at the museum. Take care. Bye-bye.